Okay, we're back. Alright, you guys, this is what our mixture looks like here. Okay, this is just our sugars. It's nice and fluffy. You see that? Okay, so now our flour. But before we put the flour in, we got to put in our cinnamon. Okay, so this is how it all looks in here. I have a teaspoon of cinnamon in here, a half a teaspoon of, not a half a teaspoon, a fourth of a teaspoon of the clove. I put it already over there, but it's a fourth of a teaspoon of that, and a half a teaspoon of salt. That's what this one right here. And then the 2 teaspoons of the baking soda. Okay, and then you just whisk it together. Okay, and this is wheat flour that we're using. Whisk it all together, and then we're gonna, put it in to our cream mixture. We're going to fold it in there. Okay, and then we're gonna fold in all the rest of our ingredients, our morsels and our nuts. Okay. So let's just do that now. Let's take a cup and start with the cup, because this is a cup and a half right here of flour. So we'll just kind of pour that 1 cup in there. Give it a good mix. Just kind of swirl it around. You're kind of blending this in too. You're not real, no more beating with the mixer or anything, just blending it in. Okay, then let's add another, not quite, a half of another cup, and then whatever's left we'll add that too. But remember, we got to put all these other ingredients in, the nuts and all of that. There we go. And just thickening up. Just put the rest. Okay. Rest it goes. Keep swirling around a little bit. And remember, this ingredient right here is going to be last. Put it right here. Grandma's molasses. It's the last, and it's basically the first thing that you will taste. The flavor, you'll kind of taste that with the moistness. Okay. All right. Looks good. Okay, so now we can pour in our morsels. Any of them. We can just pour those in there. And like I said, I started off with just the half. But we can always use the rest of them too. But kind of give that a little swirl. Okay, let's add in our nuts. And I decided to leave the nuts like they are, not crumble them all up. They're already chopped, so the chopping is good. Okay, that was a half a cup of the pecans. There's one little morsel. Okay. Then it's a half a cup of the walnuts. Pour those in. And a third of a cup of the cranberry and the roasted almonds. Put those in there. Okay. Now we have all our nuts in there. That's what today is. Okay, that's what today is. Today is Tuesday, June the 9th. Alright. Okay, here we go. And you can always, what you can do, which I think I will do, because remember, the wheat flour is thinner than the all-purpose flour. So sometimes what I do is I add a little of that, and I think I'm going to do that with this. Or either I should have just maybe put 2 whole cups of wheat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little all-purpose flour. You can do that, and it kind of, you want to, so we're just do like a half a cup right here. We're going to do that. We're going to put that in there. Well, half a cup. Let's first kind of just see. Yeah, I forgot that the wheat is thinner when I could actually use 2 cups of wheat instead of just 1.5. So we're just going to substitute it for the all-purpose flour to give it a little thickness here. Yeah, we're just going to use a half. Half of that, roll it in. Okay. And the last thing is going to be our molasses. Okay, so we're going to use about a tablespoon of that. Okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use a tablespoon. That's what we're going to use. Let's see if it comes out. Good enough. And what I usually do is I kind of drizzle it around before I mix it in. I kind of drizzle it around there before I mix it in. Alright, good. Okay. That's good. Okay, so we're going to do this. Get it going in here. So when we come back, we're going to go, what I would do is I put them in the oven on a 350 degree temperature from 8 to 10 minutes. You know, not really more than that, like 8 to 10 minutes on a cookie sheet. And I use parchment paper, put it down on there. And the thing is, you don't want them to spread too much. You know, you don't want them to. We want them to be chewy. Yeah, chewy and moist. That's how we want it. You know, because if you want a different type of cookie, then you would probably put less ingredients. Okay, so that's what their dough looks like. So we're going to go ahead and put them on the oven, 350 degrees, for about 8 to 10 minutes, and show you what it looks like when they come out. So stay tuned.